Hello, and welcome back to our playthrough of The Adventurer. If you've been following along with the story so far, you know it is finally time for us to reach our destination. If you haven't been following along with the story so far, please check out my previous videos on the subject, get an overview of the rules of the game, and to learn the story. But today we will be drawing our destination cards. Now, unlike previous sessions, today we will be drawing two cards. One from the Diamonds or Things deck, and one from the Clubs or Beings deck. These are objects and people that we are meeting in our destination. And we can have a number of journal entries pertaining to things that happen to us in our destination and things and people we meet there. So, yes, I'm thinking we'll have probably about at least 2, maybe up to 4, depending on the story that sort of gets going. But yeah, without any further ado, let's see what that story is and get to drawing. Our first thing is a small wooden box. Okay, not quite as exciting as perhaps I'd been hoping for, but potentially could be something there. Our first person we're meeting along the way is a wandering spirit. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, well, I got some ideas for that. But before we go any further, let's see what our theme of the week is. Dun 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 dun. Our theme is Hierophant Upright, which, according to my sources, signifies tradition, social groups, conventionality, conformity, education, knowledge, and beliefs. Oh, that's appropriate for entering into a highly religious community. Yeah, okay. I've got some ideas for this, but let's see what happens. The second day after arriving at the temple. I have kept you, journal, at risk to myself. They are very strict about following the old ways here at the temple. Customs that my parents had abandoned and that I had barely been aware of are enforced here. It is not all bad, in truth. I had never really been in the habit of praying at certain times a day, but with so many things unknown and uncertain, prayers have brought both structure to the day and comfort to the mind, though I do not know if the Lady of the Moon is even there. Keep well my secrets, journal. There is tension here as well. I had thought that if the temple of the Lady were safe from the human invasion, then my arrival here might bring great disruption. But in fact, I was one of many to seek sanctuary here. I worry that the humans might follow one of them and discover this place, but we cannot be so heartless as to refuse them entrance and safety. The entrance is hidden, or it would be hidden to a human. Though the signs differ from those of my home, they are still recognizable. I shall try to take comfort from that. But there is a threat of war inside as well. Many who have come here for safety do not wish to follow the old ways or worship the Lady of the Moon, and speak far more openly of their rejection than I dare to. Likewise, those from the temple fear that the new arrivals will soon drive them out of food and space to live. If you are discovered, journal, it will put me at risk. But the people here have no reason to search my things. Repay the debt by keeping my secrets. Not just about the curse of the Lady of the Moon, but the truth of Rapunzel. I worry for her more than I do for your discovery, journal. For both the new arrivals and the goblins of the temple would object to her being here. Fortunately, her magic helps keep her unseen, but she is reckless. I begged her to remain hidden among my things. I give her part of my ration of food and water, but she spends most of her time flying about exploring. She already told me she has gone to the holy places where only a few are permitted. I almost pulled my hair out when I heard this. Now I am glad. Perhaps she can help me make sense of the secrets of this place. I must now speak of that. Keep well my secrets, journal, for I have fresh ones to share with you. On the first night I came here, I was visited by the High Priestess, she who sings in Moonlight, who had known my grandmother when they were both young goblins. She left me with a small box that had once belonged to my grandmother. That night I held it close to me as I tried to sleep, and cried for the first time since I left the edges of my home. My sleeping space is near a window to the outside. This was a sign of favor from the High Priestess. As I lay there that night, the clouds parted, and the moonlight shone down on me. Then hands unseen pulled the blanket over me and stroked my hair. If there had been someone there, the light would have shown them. I have asked Rapunzel, and it was not her magic. It is unlike her to lie about these things. So much unlike my misconceptions of fairies she is. I saw no one there, but what I did see, like a haze of heat in the air, was my grandmother's smile and warm eyes. After all I have seen, I should not be shaken by these things, which defy my beliefs of the world. But I am. Keep well my secrets, journal, so that later, when my memory fades, I may not doubt the truth of my own eyes. Well, that was session 7. There was a lot to do now that we've kind of finally reached our destination. It took me a while to kind of get to the card prompts. Yeah, that was actually that was a lot of fun, and a lot of like plot threads there for future writing. I'm looking forward to sort of fleshing this out more. There's a lot more I want to say about the Temple of the Lady of the Moon, and I really want to expand on the lore and events of this destination that I just didn't quite have the time to here. So I really look forward to doing that later. But yeah, if you're looking forward to it too, please come back next week. We'll see what more befalls us at the Temple to the Lady of the Moon. See you then.